Started recording now, so no swearing, please, Tracy. Okay, one more minute and then we'll start, I think. Don't want to keep anybody longer than we need to. I wondered where Dawn were.
Yeah.
She's here.
I'm here. I was making my lunch, sorry.
That's all right, you're allowed. I was just about to come round.
Oh.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm where you were the other week. Same place. Still covering.
Would you all like to introduce yourselves in the chat? I'm only saying that just because we tend to just start talking when it's our turn and we don't know who anybody is. Or for the benefit of any new people that are on the call today. And I'll just say it again, just in case, I am recording this and it does go on YouTube. So if you don't want your beautiful faces to be seen on YouTube, please feel free to have your cameras off. Otherwise, please do switch your cameras on because we like to see your faces.
I might switch mine off for a minute just to hoof this bagel down my neck.
Okay, that's allowed. Okay, well, I'll start, and anybody else that turns up, I'll let them in as we go along. Okay, I'm Tracy Noon. For those of you that don't know who I am, if you don't know who I am, where have you been? I'm Tracy Noon. I'm the operations manager here at People of Pendle and Rosendale Council for Voluntary Service, and I chair for my sins People of Pendle and various other community networks throughout. So without further ado, I am going to introduce our Lisa, who's going to talk about some LACVS work that might be of interest to you. So take it away, Lisa.
Thank you very much. So yeah, as of April this year, because I know a lot of you will know me through the work I do with BPR-CVS, but as of April, I was seconded over to LACVS, which is Lancashire Association of CVSs, full-time, which means I'm doing a couple of projects. One is an NHS project called Volunteering for Health, which is about embedding volunteering into the community and the NHS around health volunteering mainly, but involves us getting volunteering the best it can be across Lancashire, I would say, is the best way of putting it. So we're doing things like writing a vision for volunteering for Lancashire, which we've been doing over the past 8 months, which seems like 2 minutes, if I'm being honest, which we're launching for Volunteers Week this year, which is the 1st to the 7th of June. So that's something to look out for because we will be putting it out there. It's going to be quite a big document. So I yet have to work with our Sean and work out how we put it out there, because it's pretty huge. I keep having to we transfer it to people because it's got quite big, but it will be there for people. The other part of my role is with the LACVS local team. So LACVS local have a manifesto that we work to, which is to bring the best quality we can to VCFSE. So we look for gaps, we see how we can fill those gaps, and we support everyone who's in the sector, but supporting them a bit more to a strategic level than maybe your CVSs would. But on that, I have been working with our lovely Caroline, and we've been doing a bit of work with the DWP. And we've been doing a bit of work. I run a Lancashire-wide forum, a bit like this, Although we don't record it because we talk about warts and all, which obviously people don't necessarily want recording, but it's a solutions group more than anything. What do people want? What problems have people got? Let's all work together and see if we can't solve them. Anyway, the last one we had, quite bizarrely, for the first time ever, everyone was from East Lancashire. So it was great, obviously. Not that we're biased. And somebody said, wouldn't it be great if we had a volunteers fair in Pendle during Volunteers Week? So we went, let's do it. So we have got a volunteers fair happening on the 3rd of June. It's over at Corn Youth Action Group. I will send all the details through so it can be sent out through this. But if anybody's interested in having a table and promoting the volunteer work that you do, or you're looking for volunteers, please email me. I'll put my email in the chat as well. But get in touch because we still have a couple of tables free. But if you know of anyone who's looking to volunteer in Pendle or Burnley or Rosendale, because we do have organisations covering all 3 areas who are coming, then please share out the flyer that we have. That would be wonderful. And yeah, let's see if we can't make it a really successful event. But because it's in Colne, I think it's really important that we do push it out throughout Pendle. It should be great. And because it was asked for by the volunteer sector, it makes it very special. Because usually it's us going, come on, let's do something. But actually this was requested. So it is quite special. So that's happening. Then the day after, on the Thursday, there's an event running, and this is in Burnley at the BPR CVS offices. And this is with the DWP, and myself and Caroline have arranged this. And it's looking at work placements, volunteer work placements with the DWP. So for many years, the DWP have worked with industry, retail, other organisations, and got people doing volunteer work placements. So they might go into Home Bargains and they end up stacking shelves, sweeping floors, you know, often doing jobs that don't really lead to a job. And the third sector hasn't had anything. So we haven't had anyone coming to us because often we can't offer 30 hours a week for 2 weeks. So they do the 60 hours. Often what happens is we say, well, if you want to come to our community kitchen, we're only on twice a week for 4 hours each. So we can only offer you 8 hours a week. So we've worked with the DWP, so they're being much more flexible, which is fantastic. So what they now are saying is, if you're part of the voluntary community faith and social enterprise sector and you want to have a volunteer through a volunteer work placement scheme with them, you can sign up with them. And the great thing is the DWP will pay their expenses, the travel expenses, so you don't have to pay those, and any other associated expenses they might have. So in the past, they paid for DBSs, they paid for PPE, they paid for bits of extra training and things like that. So it is good if you're on quite a tight budget, but you're really desperate for your, your volunteers. What we've also discussed is that if your volunteer is getting lots out of it, so the 60 hours are up, but they're getting so much out of it, and the DWP can see that, they will continue to pay those expenses. So it really is brilliant, especially for small groups who might not be charities, but they're just small groups who are just constituted, or maybe not even constituted. It opens up a whole new raft of volunteers for them, who are also being supported by the DWP and other organisations out there. So maybe even, Edward at Injust might be supporting someone. DWP is, they come to you, you don't have funding to pay volunteer expenses, but because they're with the DWP, they can then go through this scheme. So what we're doing, because you do have to sign up with the DWP on this, is we're having an event on Thursday the 4th in the morning at our offices where you can come along, get a time slot, sign up with the DWP. It takes about 20 minutes. Come and sit and have cake and coffee with myself and Caroline, which obviously would be the reason you'd be coming. And then you're all signed up, you're ready to go. It just gives another way of you getting volunteers into what you're doing, which is really important if you are, like I say, on a really limited budget. So we've got both of those going on in Volunteers Week, as well as I say, launching the Vision for Volunteering for Lancashire, which is a really good read. That's about it. What I'll do, I'll send everything out to Tracy. If you've any questions at all, I'm going to pop my email into the chat and I'll answer any questions. Yeah, that's it really.
Thanks, Lisa. Thank you very much. Can I just say as well, and she'll kill me for saying this, it is Lisa's birthday today and she's not actually in work. So thank you very much.
We don't have squirrel cushions in work, do we?
Not usually, no. Unless
No,
you look in your corner.
No, I'm sat on my sofa.
So she's gone above and beyond as Lisa today. Has anybody got any questions for Lisa? Apart from wishing her happy birthday. You're getting happy birthdays now in chat.
No.
Okay, nobody's got any questions. Brilliant. Thank you very much. So Lisa, if you'll send me all that information, we'll get it on the webpage, because we don't send it out anymore. Anybody that I do need to keep reminding people of this, because I keep getting requests to send out to all the members. We don't send out because members requested that we don't send everything out unless it's date sensitive. If it's date sensitive, then we will do. But if not, otherwise it'll be on the webpage. Sid, have you got a question?
I have, yeah. It's a bit outside the box. I was thinking more of my daughter and her friends. They do the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and part of it they have to volunteer to do various things. So I don't know if there's an age limit, or if they were willing to volunteer for certain services that you guys may look after. I don't know if that's a thing or whether it's allowed or.
So it depends what age they are. It all comes down to insurance for organisations at the end of the day. But we do have organisations offering at the volunteer fair, offering from age 14 plus.
Yeah.
And there are some groups that they can join, which, although they're not officially volunteering, are doing volunteer type things. So it just depends what age they're at.
Yeah, she's just done her bronze, so she's 14, so she just completed that. So it'll be next year when she does her silver. She's quite keen to see the whole process through. So, but I think as you go through the gears and through the silver and the gold, the volunteering and all the things you have to do intensifies, and you have to do a whole host more. So it was just more of a personal question really than anything else.
Yeah, definitely. 14 plus, there are volunteer opportunities around and about. 16 plus, it opens up even more. But you can't do anything you need a DBS for until I think it's 18 now, because DBS are asking for that buffer where you might have had experience or might have gone to trouble. So, but yeah, definitely there is stuff.
Cool, thank you.
And we are and it's a priority for LACVS as well, is to push opportunities for young people. So yeah, I'm all for, anyone who suddenly goes, oh well, we could potentially, our insurance lets people volunteer from 14. I jump on them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
And maybe it's something we can look at in this group. Maybe it's something we can look at and put that question out there. Which groups have insurance that will cover 14 and upwards for volunteering. Maybe it's something we can think about for the hub as well, Caroline, for across all three areas. Brill, thanks for bringing that up, Sid. Thank you.
No worries.
Anybody else got any questions, personal or otherwise, for Lisa? No. Okay, there's lots of happy birthdays. Happy birthday, Edward, as well, because it's his birthday as well.
Did offer to sing happy birthday to Lisa this morning, and I was cut off before I even got the question out.
Do you know
with
what?
A very emphatic no.
I didn't
No.
even give her the opportunity. I just sang at her when I came on screen, and she had no chance. No chance.
None at all.
I said I might encourage everybody else to do it as well. So we've got 2 to sing to now. They'll both be disappearing before end of this. Hoping I've forgotten about it. Anyway, thank you very much, Lisa. Thank you. You're a star. Okay, so we don't have anybody else to spotlight. So next on the agenda is a wellbeing update, but after that is the information sharing and emerging themes. So we can do that all at the same time if you like. So if I just go around my screen, and if you give us any updates and any emerging themes, anything that's coming out. Sid, I did feed into, I think it was Burnley, around the veterans stuff that you mentioned before. I will feed it into the Health and Wellbeing Partnership, so please do let us know. So Caroline, you're first on my screen. I'm sorry to jump on you, but Caroline, take it away.
Sorry, what kind of things?
Don't talk about the coffee cake and collaboration, Helping Hands Lottery.
Yep. So we've got another coffee cake and collaboration tomorrow. That's going to be at the Chai Centre in Burnley. It's 10 till 12. It's an opportunity for local groups to meet other local groups and network. I don't like the word network. It's just meeting up and having a chat, really. Yeah, and there's going to be coffee and walnut cake, courtesy of the sisters tomorrow. And we're going to talk briefly about stressors and things that can help ease the stress as well. But just briefly, it's mainly an opportunity for you to meet others. Now, Helping Hands Lottery, that's with BPR CVS and, oh, help me out here, Tracy.
I knew you'd say that. Helping Hands Lottery is it's a lottery that CVS run on behalf of Gatherwell, and this is about raising funds for your voluntary organisation. So you just sell lottery tickets just as you do for £1 a do, and there's some great prizes, and it's a real opportunity to raise funds for your group or organisation. I'm afraid they have to be voluntary and not for profit. So statutory organisations, public services, unfortunately can't join in. But please do have a look on our website. It's the Helping Hands Lottery. Just another thing on the coffee cake and collaboration tomorrow. Our Tom will be coming along, and what we're doing, we're trying to compile some great stories from all of your groups, about what volunteering's like, what's it like having volunteers. It's All for Volunteers Week, so and we're going to be putting them out on social media and making a big splash about how wonderful our volunteers are. So if you so Karen, I'm looking at you, please do come along. And if you've got any volunteers, which I know Karen has, and if you don't mind being filmed, please do. It's only a couple of minutes. It's not a long thing. Karen, would you be willing?
Oh yes, definitely. That sounds amazing. Yeah, and the cake,
fantastic.
obviously very tempting. Delicious, wasn't it, last time? Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was. Thank you, Karen.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's 10 to 12 tomorrow at the Chai. If anyone else wants to come along, it'd be great. Thank you.
Please do. Everybody's welcome. It's not just Burnley groups. Everybody's welcome, including statutory and public services. I know Edward's been along. There's been a few others that have come along, and it's just it's a lovely session actually, where you get to talk to a lot of different people about what they do, and the groups get to talk to you about what they do. And how, if they would need any help or anything like that. In fact, I was talking to a lady this morning. Sorry, I'll shut up in a minute. I was talking to a lady this morning from a huge organisation, a huge private business that wants to come along to. They're doing work in Burnley at the moment, so they're coming along to Burnley Linked to offer they want to listen to voluntary community and faith organisations about what they need. So if they needed some gardening doing, or they need some decorating doing, or donations or paying for something, then they're there to listen. Now we know there's many more of these organisations out there, so I'm putting my feelers out to anybody that's doing any work around Pendle or Burnley or Rosendale, any private businesses. If you hear of any, please do point them in my direction, and we can get them to talk to our voluntary community and faith groups, because that's where the money is, folks. It's not in government anymore. It's in the private sector. So I shall shut up now, and I'm going to jump straight over Lisa and go to Pam. Hello, Pam.
Hello, are you all okay?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I think the only thing we've got going on at the moment, we've got the yoga with Val now down at the Muni. She's doing yoga and chit and chat. Whereas she was just doing the yoga sessions and the mindfulness in the library, she's now doing it once a month as well in the Muni. So that the next one is on the 20th of May. And it's 10 till 12. So anybody that, don't matter if you can do yoga or you can't, you can just come and join in and have a burner chat as well afterwards. So I think that's all we've got at the moment.
Fab. Thanks,
Oh,
Pam.
thank
Thanks
you.
very much. Alana Riley.
Hiya. In terms of wellbeing stuff, I've mainly come onto the meeting to sort of see what it's about, but also to let people know about Be Free if you don't already. So I'm one of the domestic abuse project managers for Be Free. So we are now the commissioned service within Pendle for domestic abuse. So we get the police safeguarding reports from the police, and also any other domestic abuse kind of support needs will help and cover that. So if anybody does have any service users or know anybody who needs that support, they can just refer via our website, which is part of Positive Action in the Community. I can pop the link in the chat and then you've all got it. But if you need any more information, just reach out to myself or to the team, and we'll see how we can support where we can.
Fab, thank you, Alana. If you've got any information at all, just send it in. If you want to send it to me, you can do, or send it to Lorna, and we'll get it onto the web pages. Brill. Thank you. Thanks, Alana. Edward.
So we're delivering Connect to Work in Pendle area. We are working out of a multitude of places between Nelson, Colne, Earby and Barlick. So yeah, if you've got any service users or people you're working with that would really benefit from employability, I know Jodie's put on there that she does employability as well. We'd be more than happy to have a conversation with them, and I'm more than happy to come along and meet with your teams or yourselves individually to talk a bit more about what we do. But yeah, employability, more than happy to work alongside yourselves. Please send me an email. I'll put my email in the chat. So yeah, super. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Edward. Thank you very much. Sid, you're next on the screen.
Thanks, Tracy. I've not really got much of an update from an NHS perspective. We in the month of April we had 139 veteran referrals across all our sites across East Lancashire. So we're constantly busy as a little team. Obviously, next month is Armed Forces Month, so there'll be various things going on around the bazaars. I know Healthier Heroes are hosting an event at Townley in June. I think is it the 21st or the 22nd of June? I think off the top of my head. Ourselves at the hospital at Blackburn Hospital, it will be rather than at Burnley. We have an Armed Forces Day event outside the hospital in June as well. What else? I'm going to drop a little link in the chat. We've just recently, again, although this is a Blackburn veteran, it's just an example of what we do as a team across the whole of the NHS, across the whole of East Lancs, which obviously incorporates all those other areas other than Blackburn, our own areas, that is. So please do have a read through how we supported a particular veteran along with one of the local charities. Oh, and there's somebody at my door. And on that note, I think that's about me, Tracy. 2 seconds, I'll be back.
Thanks, Sid. Thank you. Fiona, you're next on my screen.
Yeah, I don't think there's much from us. I think as a wider Pendle Leisure Trust, there's obviously the Pendle Wavelengths opening day. I think that's on the 6th and 7th of June, so over a weekend. They've not announced everything that's going on yet, so I don't think we know everything, but the information is coming over the next few days. And then also a reminder about the Melodies and Memories event that runs monthly at the Muni. Just an event where people, if they struggle with memory loss or dementia or loneliness, isolation, it's an opportunity for them to come together. There's usually music playing, we've got live performers sometimes there as well, coffee, biscuits usually, and the next one of those is on the 3rd of June.
Brilliant. Thank you, Fiona.
No
There's loads going on over in Pendle, isn't there?
Yeah.
With Pendle Wavelength reopening, that'll be great.
Yeah, and the new studio, it's looking really good. So yeah, hopefully lots of good stuff going on in there.
Great stuff. Great. Thank you, Fiona.
No problem.
Jordan, you're next.
You're not going to believe this, Tracy, but nothing really from me. Yeah, I'm quiet. All's good. No, we're mega busy. We've got a lot more people coming through with PIP forms with short notice dates on them. Still the same amount of people coming through work capability assessments often. We're getting a lot more child protection cases coming through as well. But yeah, just busy, very busy. Yeah.
Great stuff. You've shocked me there. If I can rely on anybody to talk, it's you. And it's
I know.
Dawn. If Dawn now tells me that she's got nothing either, I'm struggling. I'm going to end up talking myself.
I've got too much. I don't even know where to start.
That's all right. Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Dawn.
But yeah, so one thing we have got on, I know there's a few people here that were at our Pendle Family Hubs Network meeting last week, so I'm kind of repeating myself here, but we now have a poster. So we've got an event coming up. We're doing going to be doing one-stop shops, but we have a multi-agency marketplace, which is going to be on the 14th of July. It's mainly aimed at professionals, schools, things like that, although obviously if somebody is working with a family, they want to bring them down. I think we've got about 14, 15 organisations already on board. But if anybody does want to come along, support with the stall on the day, I'll send you this poster, Tracy, and then you can share it out. But yeah, just to let me know, and we'll get you there. And it's a big good opportunity to network and to, sorry, Caroline's favourite word. But yeah, good opportunity to just network and see what else is out there. So that's about it.
I think our children and young people's social prescribing team are coming along.
Oh, Sammy's already on it, yes.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Sanya's been in touch and said, is there anybody else that would like to come? So you might have a whole horde of us coming along.
More the merrier. We'll just keep the biscuits coming. We'll be all right.
Fabulous. Thanks, Dawn. Thank you very much. Rebecca, you're next on my screen.
Hi, I've nothing really to add to it. I'm just here really to listen and feedback any relevant news from the meetings to the deanery. But it's really good and really positive. I know they do want to know things that are going on in the Pendle, so thank you for that.
Fabulous. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome just to come and listen. There's no need to say anything. Me and there's a few others like Jordan, who's let me down today, Dawn, who hasn't said very much, to be perfectly honest, but Lisa's been a star. Thank you very much. Or else she'd end up listening to me for an hour, and nobody wants that. Karen, you're next on my screen.
Hi, not too much to say really. I'm not up there with Dawn. We've been quite busy really. We've just appointed a third person to help administer some of the behind the scenes tasks, the finance stuff. So yeah, so we're growing in numbers, and like I say, we're just busy. Lots and lots of referrals coming through, and we're obviously just switching over to the new crisis resilience funding as well. So busy times. Okay, thank you.
Fabulous, thank you, Karen. And now you're getting your back room stuff sorted out, that back office stuff sorted out. Things will be much easier for you, I would have thought.
Yeah, that's it. It's paved a way for us, if you will.
Yeah, good stuff. Thank you, Karen. Sugra, have you got anything you want to update on?
Hi, no, nothing to update on. I'm just listening really and taking it all in.
That's okay, no problem at all. Good to have you. Tracy, don't let me down. Have you got anything to update on?
If you can be sure of anything, Tracy, it's that I can talk. I won't let you down. We are very excited at Newground. We have launched our new project, Sick of Being Skint. So instead of just giving energy advice and just seeing people the once, we can now work with people delivering bespoke support and advice for up to 8 weeks, possibly longer if needed. So if somebody's struggling with debts, struggling to know where to go for help, we'll do, for those who've been around a long time, we'll do signposting, very similar to what Help Direct did back in the day. But we'll also liaise and advocate for participants, for customers, clients, with utility companies, banks, finance companies. So really it's, what are you struggling with? What's impacting your health? And how can we get alongside you and give you those tools and knowledge to make you more resilient? We've just had the marketing agreed. So hopefully by next week, we'll have the posters and I'll make sure you get one. If you could send it around the group, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. And this is now live in Pendle, Blackburn and Rosendale.
Brilliant. Great.
Yeah, we're excited about this.
Yeah, great stuff. I love that title, Sick of Being Skinned.
Did you come up with that? I can't take the pleasure for that. No, I can't take the credit. But yeah, because it just about sums up everybody, even if you're working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's skint. Everybody lives to their means.
Yeah, they do. They do. Thank you, Tracy. Have we got anything else from No? No, that's what we are focusing on, and that's what we're super busy for. So if anybody's got anybody that they're working with, anybody that they know who would benefit from some additional support, then Jackie, you've got Jackie's email, and anybody can bob into Shackleton Hall in Colne and somebody will book them in for a home visit, or they can just pop in and see us at Shackleton Hall. Fab. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. That sounds really good. Great stuff. So I will give my update. I'm not going to take half an hour. I promise I won't take half an hour. We still have adult social care, social connectors working in Pendle. And we have a particular social connector, Annie, who works with people who are hoarding. And anybody's welcome to refer in. We obviously take our referrals mostly from adult social care. But if you've got a client or somebody who comes along to your service that you think might need that support, please do give us a shout. We're also currently delivering a telephone befriending project. We have 4 volunteers who call one of our clients each week for a chat. They do all sorts of stuff. They're quite clever, actually. They play games and things. It's great. We're recruiting more volunteers, and it's because it's much in demand, and the clients come through our social connector service. So if you do have anybody that you think might benefit, I'm thinking, Sid, any veterans or that might just not be ready to go out into the community yet. The aim of that service is to give somebody to talk to, make sure that they know that they're wanted and they're listened to, and to empower them eventually at their own pace into going out into the community. So, but you can refer into our social connectors and request that they are signed up for our telephone befriending service. So please do.
We've got quite a few, Tracy, actually, that have requested something similar. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to send a few your way for sure.
Great stuff. Our referral form is on our website, so it's quite easy to fill in. It's just quite a simple form. So, but as much detail as possible, and then we've got a bit of an idea of what we might be dealing with. So that goes for anybody. Anybody can refer in. So we've opened last week. We opened our funding streams. So Eric Wright Charitable Foundation large grants opened this week. The application form and guidance is on our website. That's for groups that have a proven track record. This is not the small grants. This is the one where it's larger. So you can apply for between £1,000 and £5,000. But you've got to have a proven track record. It can't just be like the small one. It can be anybody, even if you're not constituted, it could just be a group of people that want to do some good in their community. The ICB social prescribing small groups funding is also open. That form is also available. So please do apply for that as well. You could apply for both if you can. You could apply for both and get both funding, and you could have £10,000 there to do a project. So I'm not supposed to say that, but I am doing, because I think small groups deserve that. We've got a new member of the group and volunteer support team, Rebecca. Rebecca's joined us to support groups in training. Her speciality is training, but she works very closely with Caroline and Heather, our other support workers in there. And she's a Rosendalian, but we don't hold that against her. She's very au fait with Pendle and with Burnley, and she's working with me with Bradley Communities together to do some intensive support with them that's just recently been funded by the National Association of Voluntary and Community Action. Sorry to think about that. It's NAVCA, and I hate using acronyms because not everybody knows it. We have ongoing training and workshops for groups. Speaking of training, I used to deliver the monitoring evaluation workshops, but I'm far too important to be doing that now. So Rebecca does that. Not really. I love doing it. I just haven't got time to do it. So Rebecca does that now. She did a first one the other week and it went down a storm. They had a wonderful time. So please do sign up for that. Coffee, cake and collaboration, Caroline's just talked about. We have a great time, don't we, Caroline? Although I can't be there tomorrow, I've got to go and do a presentation for some occupational therapists. So Caroline will be holding the fort tomorrow, admirably, I'm sure. Don't forget to register your group for Helping Hands Lottery. And we are recruiting cancer awareness champions as we go along as well. Cancer touches all of our lives at some point or other, and in some way or other. It's been evidenced that people get checked out if someone they know talks to them about cancer, and early detection is proving to be a lifesaver. I, for one, can testify to that. I was diagnosed with breast cancer just over 2 years ago, and I'm still here to tell the tale, still as mad as ever, still keeping my gob keeps going. They couldn't shut me up, so but it's an ordeal to go through, but I caught it early and I'm still here to tell the tale. So I do keep meaning to do the training, don't I, Lisa? But every time it happens, I'm busy, I'm doing something else. So I talk about it at every available opportunity. So please do. If it's not about telling people what to do, it's not about anything like that. It's just doing what I've just done. Just saying, even if you haven't got your own story, just saying, get that checked out. I'd get that checked out if I were you, and encouraging people to do that. Get Volunteering is another new initiative for us. It's a brand new dedicated volunteering website that makes it easier for organisations across our communities to promote volunteering opportunities and for local people to find roles that suit them. It's dead easy to use. Caroline and Kim will help you to use it if you're not sure. It's easy to find the right opportunities. You can register your opportunities on there if you have some. And I'm just looking to see if there's any more information. All the support and communication is built in, so there's a lot of communication between the website and us and yourselves. We are working hard to bring funding into Pendle, and we've got several irons in the fire, including the National Lottery project and a project involving social prescribing, which will bring funding in for Pendle groups, more funding for Pendle groups. Without funding, our small groups couldn't operate and support our community in the fabulous way that they do, which I'm sure a lot of you will testify to. And without CVS, funding would not be brought into Pendle because there's nobody else doing this for small groups. There's only us that does it. Volunteers wouldn't have the opportunities for training, etc., and various services wouldn't be delivered. So please support us, please become a member, sign up for our newsletter, sign up as a volunteer, or sign up for the Helping Hands Lottery. Even if you can't raise money for your own organisation, if you're a statutory or public organisation, please do. You can raise funds for other organisations and for us just by buying a ticket each week. If you'd like to know more about CVS and what we deliver, if that hasn't been enough for you and you want more of me, I am happy to come along and speak to any teams, any organisation, any group about what we do across Burnley, Pendle and Rosendale. I can narrow it down. If you want to know more about social prescribing, I can do that. If you want to know more about children and families, I can do that. If you wanted just a general, what do you do, I can do that too. And I can speak very fast. So I can do it. I've got it down to a fine art. I can do it in about 15 minutes, 15 or 20 minutes. The longer version is about 45 minutes, but I can do it quite quickly. So if you do want me to come along and talk to any groups or any teams, please do give me a shout. So Jodie's had to go. That's okay, Sanya. Sanya, no, it's not. It's not open to non-constitutive voluntary groups, unfortunately, isn't the RCB. The small Eric White one, which I think will open later on this year, that is open to non-constitutive voluntary groups, but the RCB one, unfortunately, isn't. Sanya, do you want to update on anything from Minaj? Is she there?
Hi, sorry, I've come, came into the meeting quite late. There's quite a few things going on. We've got Eid in the Park, which is in partnership with Pendle Community Radio. So there's that's on Saturday, June the 6th. So it's a community festival. There's going to be loads of different children activities, fun facts, and there's going to be live entertainment. And then there's going to be, so for the first hour is free for SEN children. So, they can go on rides for free and everything on the first hour. So that's on Saturday, June the 6th. And then I've got my own event, which I'm doing at Brightfield Community Centre, which is the Community Fun Day. That's on Saturday, July the 4th. And that's just celebrating and supporting local community organisations and wellbeing initiatives. So kind of that comes in with my Kindness Kitchen project. So, we're raising a bit of funds for that, but also we're going to have like the team from Pendle West, and we're going to have some nursery schools and anyone, quite a few bowel screening, they're coming as well. But there's going to be a lot of children activities and basically a fun day for the community, and it's for all community. Everyone's more than welcome. And if anyone wants a stall, or if anyone knows of these small businesses that would like a stall on at the event, just let me know. I'm sure Tracy's got my email. She'll be able to forward that to you. And then just the emergency support phone. I know I mentioned it briefly. I think if you're in the Improving Health Outcomes WhatsApp, I have put it on there. But as part of the Kindness Kitchen initiative, we also have the emergency support phone, which I know there's a few that have used it. So it's basically what it says. It's when it's an emergency, we can provide support through 3 different avenues. So we can give you the food hamper, a food voucher, or deliver some hot food to those who need it the most. So there's a referral form for that, which I can send to you, Trace, and you can circulate. But yeah, it's really straightforward, and like the few organisations that have sent a referral in, they get the vouchers like straight away. So yeah, that's us. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you, Sanya. I knew you wouldn't let me down. See, Dawn, Sanya didn't let me down.
She didn't let me down either, because I did get a voucher from Sanya's organisation for her family. So
fabulous.
Yes, she didn't let me down either, Tracy.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Sanya, send everything to me, and I'll make sure that it goes onto the web page.
Yeah, and then I've got my working group as well, Tracy. I know I'm busy,
I know.
I know what's going on, but I'll send you all that information. I don't want to take over.
That's all right. Carry on.
Yeah, so we have the walking group which runs weekly, and it's for women of all backgrounds and all ages. And I run it from in Bradley Ward. So we've been running that since last year when I was actually in the TAF role. It started from there. So yeah, that's but that's not affiliated with Minhaj. That's not my personal project, and that's called Sanya Strolls. So I'll send you my posters and my Facebook page and everything, so you can see what we get up to. But we're a really nice group, and it's really growing. There was that point I weren't gonna continue it, but I can't stop it now because it just it's growing. So yeah, share if anyone wants to join. It's Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, and we either go down the canal or we go from Pendle Vale round to Marsden Park, and then we have a brew at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, weather's got better, so people are going to be wanting to go out for a walk, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, fab. Thank you, Sanya. So I think we are done. Various people have had to leave. They're going on the school run and various other things. So thank you, everyone. You've got 15 minutes. 15 whole minutes where nobody knows where you are. They think you're in this meeting, and I'm not going to tell anybody. So if you want to go and lie down in a darkened room, Dawn, I'm looking at you, or go and eat chocolate or cake or whatever you want to do, go and walk around the block. You've 15 minutes that you can do that in, and we're not going to tell anybody. Are we not, gang? We're not going to say anything to anybody.
I've got witnesses.
Oh, you see, they're not going to say anything. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for coming along. Thank you for being so engaged and engaging. And I will see you all next month. And hopefully Caroline will see some of you tomorrow. So take care. Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.